Look, I get it. You want to become a pro on Bee Swarm Simulator, but you don't know the first steps on becoming one. Well, I'm here today with my friend Xander to make a tier list on all the bees to prove to you that this game's pay to win.
But before we get onto that, I want you guys to hit the subscribe button down below and hit that little bell and thumbs up.
Also, heads up, my voice is a little low because I am actually currently sick, but that's okay. Anyway, back to the video.
Alright, guys, faster, but no win.
We are back, but today we are going into what is the best bee. So we're gonna
let's go.
This over here and find out what is the best to worst bee. So let us start with the baby bee.
So first of all, the baby bee. In my opinion, okay, you can go over.
Baby bee is not that good. He is the slowest bee, and he is not very good at making pollen. The only thing that is good for him is his baby love, which gives you loot luck, but that's pretty much it.
Nope.
So, baby bee.
I have something to add on that. The baby love can actually give it says in the description here, grants 2 times pollen and 50% loot luck for 30 seconds. So that's pretty good. 2 times pollen.
2 times pollen is actually pretty good. Actually, that's a good observation. I did not read that. I only saw the 50% loot luck. So you're correct, Xander. So what would you say if you put this at? I say this is a good B tier.
I say B or A. Yeah, B, I guess.
B tier B right there. Okay, well, that's a good, nice agreement.
Okay, so the basic B, guys.
The basic B has no abilities, but his gifted stats gives us 1.2% pollen. So if you have gifted basic B, that's pretty good, but we're just going off of basic stats. So the basic B is probably at A F tier.
Yep.
Anyway, guys.
Bear B.
Bear B. Is Bear B a event B?
Yep.
That's fine. Bear B. Bear B. Okay, guys. As you can see, the Bear B stats are right here. Bear B has pretty good stats, actually. His gifted stats are actually pretty good as well. And he has a nice bear morph stats, which I could probably get right here if I find him. He's actually right here, guys. It's pretty crazy. Bear B is pretty good. I'd say he's one of those top tier Bs. You should probably have him on your team because he is that
only
good.
Bad thing about it is he costs Robux.
Yes, he is the only Robux bee in this game, which is pretty sucks, but you should probably pick him up with those Robux if you do have it, instead of buying, those thick dyes from the Robux store, but that's okay. So Bear B is a pretty good A to S
Yep,
tier.
I'd say A. Okay, Bomber B.
Bomber B does one of those
doodle bees.
Bomber B is one of those basic bees. He's like not very. He's okay. He has okay stats.
It's an L.
Yeah,
it's better than basic B.
His gifted stats are pretty good. It gives all 50% to bomb pollen, which is pretty good if you have bomber, lots of bomb bees. But other than that, he is pretty useless in some cases. So in this case, he is a pretty F to ear tier B.
I'd say it's better than basic.
I would also
say above basic.
He is a ED, depending on if you have him gifted or not. But we're just going off of, basic stats. I'm not sure why this one is gifted though.
Brave B.
Brave B. Now, when you're first starting off the game, you always want to have a Brave Bee because it has like those good attack stats. So you have to, when you're first starting off, you have to go defeat this spider thing, which is going to be pretty hard for you to do since it has 100 HP and stuff like that. And if you're also looking for a challenge, you would want to get some gifted Brave Bees in order to beat the King Beetle when you're first starting off the game. So what would you give this B, Xander? Oh shoot.
I'd give it better than Brave. I mean, better than Bomber.
I would also agree on that one. As you can see, guys, I am defeating the King Beetle. Whoa, look at this, guys. See, it is good for...
Brother's winning.
And as you can see, he is defeated easy as that. But for beginners, it's not going to be that easy. So, anyway, guys, back to the tier list. You're going to go back over here and give him a nice little D tier. The next B is the Bumblebee, I believe. Let me see if it is Bumblebee. He is an epic bee, one of the first few epic bees actually. And let's see what his stats are. He has a good passive. He has a good bomb. stats. He also has a great gifted bonus, which is pretty good if you have the Toad Bee with him. So if you have Toad and a gifted Bumblebee, then that's like a pretty OP duo. But just basically on him alone, he has
Bumblebee is basically the downgraded version of the Toad Bee.
Yes, exactly. And Toby is actually pretty great in this game, but other than that, Bumblebee is pretty okay. I would say decent.
I'd say C in my opinion.
Nice C tiers. All epic Bs are pretty much gonna be C tiers. Just like a heads up, guys. All epic to are either gonna be C or B because all epics are pretty good. And the legendaries are also pretty good. So just a heads up, guys. Anyway, next B is gonna be the
Bucko B.
Let's see. Okay. The Bucko B is one of those attack stats Bs. Good damage, good speed, good energy. He has a nice move speed, a nice energy, and he also has blue boost, which is actually pretty good for you if you have a blue hive. So recommended it if you want to get started off with your attack stats and a blue hive. So Bumblebee is actually pretty good. So I would give him a nice B or C. I'm not sure.
I give it a C.
Yeah. I say he's better than Bumblebee though, depending. Like first starting off, if you just have him solo. Anyway, guys, next B is gonna be the I'm not sure what B it is actually.
The Bumblebee.
Let's see. Bumblebee it is. Bumblebee, pretty basic, okay speed. Well, I would say okay, it's kind of pretty good energy, nice pollen collection, and it actually has a good gifted stats. And blue bomb is actually pretty good if you have a nice, blue hive. But other than that, Bumblebee it's pretty okay. I would say.
I'd
nice
put it in D.
Anyway. Back to
Carpenter.
Carpenter B, which one is that?
This is a really good one in my opinion.
Let me see. What is Carpenter again? Legendary?
Yep.
Carpenter B. I only have 2 of those Bs. I'm trying to get on the grind. Okay, Carpenter B. Carpenter B is actually a pretty good B, guys. Its speed is pretty slow, but that's okay as it has these great stats. These stats are actually pretty top tier, guys, as you can see. And its honey mark stats is pretty good. As you can see, it marks a large random area on the field for 8 seconds and then grants 2 conversion links, which is pretty good. And the pollen mark is also stacks with that. So if you have a lot of Carpenter Bs, that's gonna go great with your field.
That's why I have 6 of them.
I only have 2, so I can't really show you how that works, guys, but it is what it is. So Carpenter B is a pretty good A tier, B tier.
Yeah, I'd put it A.
A tier B. Okay, let's see what's okay, it's gonna
Cobalt.
be an event B. Do you think we should leave the event Bs for last, or should we just go for
it, guys?
Guys. Cobalt. Okay, I found it. Cobalt B, it has pretty good stats. Obviously, it is the duo for the Crimson B, so you have both these Bs. It's gonna be pretty crazy, guys. But by itself, it is a pretty okay B. But with its duo, it's pretty great because these are.
I'd say it's a B.
It is a nice B tier B, if without the Crimson B, but with the Crimson B, I would say it's a nice A to probably a little bit S tier B, but that is depending if you have the Crimson B with it. They're also pretty cheap with the tickets, only at $2.50 each because of their duo mechanic. Anyway, guys, let's go back to the tier list. We have next, what is this B?
The Commander B.
To mount to top, guys, real quick, and let's find out what these stats are. Set, guys. All right, Commando B. Let's see. Commando B is a pretty good attack B as well, and it has a pretty good passive and stats. 50% energy, 5 gather amount, and it has a nice focus, which is going to be this thing right here, guys. It increases the critical chance, which is good for attacking and also collecting. So that's crazy, guys. If you have a lot of those focuses on, then you have like automatic crits, and it's pretty good for collection. So focus is pretty good. Buzz bomb is also actually pretty good with this B. So yeah, it's a nice, I would say, B tier, A tier B. What would you say is in there?
In my opinion, it's ass.
What would that be?
I'd say it would be in B.
What would you say?
D tier.
D?
Yup, it's so trash.
Why is it?
In my opinion, well, let's see what the stats are again. So it has only two moves, which are focus and buzz bomb.
Focus is pretty good, depending if you have
focus. Just so much better B's for focus.
That I agree with that actually. Actually, yeah.
I'd say C then.
Yeah, C. Focus is good, but there are also better B's with focus on it, which is also gonna be some other B's we're gonna talk about later. But anyway, the Crimson B, the counterpart of the Cobalt B, is gonna be the same thing as the Cobalt but red. So it's gonna be at the same tier as the Cobalts, but together they are both S. But we are not gonna do it by duels. We're gonna do it by individual. Anyway, guys, next B is gonna be the, what is this B?
The cool B.
Let's see. Cool B. It's a pretty basic B. When you're starting off, you're gonna you're probably gonna have this B most likely, and it's gonna have a pretty good convert amount and a gather speed, and it's blue boost if you have, if you're trying to go to like fields like the blue flower field and stuff like that. Its blue boost is gonna help you pretty good if you're first starting off, but other than that, he is pretty garbage. Other than that, his gifted stats is also pretty good if you have a blue hive, but just by itself, it is a pretty D to E tier B.
I'd do it E.
I agree with that one.
Demo B is next.
Next one is gonna be Demo B. Demo B is pretty, I would say, kind of useless.
In my opinion.
Buzz bomb is good, but it's gonna be a pretty.
Dog, this is basically the Bomber B.
Yeah, it's pretty much Bomber B, but better. So I would just say he's D tier B.
Yeah.
The next B is gonna be the Devil B.
Demon B.
Let's go fight the. Where is that at? Pepper perk. Okay, let's go fight that. Demon B. As you can see, guys, all his stats right here. His passive is pretty good, depending if you have a lot of these Bs. And he does have a low speed, but that makes up for the passive he has and his attack stats. So I would say he's a pretty good A tier B, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'd say B.
Nice A B tier. I would say he's pretty much a high B. Put a low B for B. Hold up, let me just touch this real quick, guys. Alright, next B is gonna be the Diamond B, right? Yeah, Diamond B.
Yep.
I only have one of this B, so I don't really see him that much, but Diamond B is pretty good. He only has one attack, but he does have a nice convert amount. He has a nice blue boost, and he also has a nice honey gift. But other than that, his passive is pretty okay because of his bonus honey. So if you have a lot of this B, like if you have 2-3, it's gonna have like that nice, percentage of that bonus honey. But other than that, I would say it's a nice C tier B.
Yeah, I'd say it's high C.
It's C, I agree. Oh shoot, any damage? Alright, let's see what else is up. We have the Exhaust B. Now this B I had a lot of back in the day. I only have one now, but back in the day I only had this B. And the reason why this B, in my opinion, was pretty okay was because of his infinite energy. He would not need to rest at all, but his speed is very slow since he is obviously exhausted. Other than that, he has Buzz Bomb and Token Link, which is pretty okay. I wouldn't say it's crazy, but his infinite energy makes up for it. So I would say he's a pretty good, C, D tier B.
Yeah, I'd say C.
Yeah, so like C tier B. I am dying to recently, but trust the moment. The next B is gonna be Festive B. In my opinion, guys, it's the worst event B. It is pretty good for other players, but not for for your team. So I would say it's a pretty good E, D tier B, to my opinion.
No, that's too high. I'd say it's high C.
I mean, let me just look at the stats real quick. Festive gifts, random gifts, including treats. Yes, of course, to other players as well. Honey mark, random area. Nice move speed, nice gather amount. Cover speed is great. Speed is great. Yeah, I would say high C, in my opinion. Worst event B, in my opinion, but other than that, he is pretty okay. I don't have him just yet, guys, so I can't really say. But our pro Xander here can give us a respectful opinion. What would you say this tier is? You agree with the high C?
Huh? Wait, repeat that again.
Would you agree with the high C for the Festive V?
Yeah, I agree with that. It's not that good.
As you can tell, the pro Xander has spoken his word, so we have to agree with him, as always. And back to it, we are going with the, let's see, this one, the Fire Bee. The Fire Bee is good with the Demon Bee, obviously, because they're both gathering phase passive. Other than that, he has a okay speed, and he has Red Bomb. When he is gifted, he's gonna go great with the Demon Bee. But other than that, he is a pretty, I would say, C tier B.
C tier Fire Bee. Yeah, it's basically like the Demon Bee, but trash. So yeah. C.
Let's see what is next. Frosty Bee is next, guys. Frosty Bee is one of the slower epic bees. As you can see, his energy is good, but his move speed is subtracted. He has blue boost and blue bomb, but other than that, he is a pretty okay bee. So in my opinion, he is a DC.
I'd say low C, lowest C in my opinion.
Gummy Bee is next, guys. Now Gummy Bee was the hardest beef to get for me in my journey and bee swarm. But Gummy Bee is actually pretty good when you have the gumdrops with him, and you have
Gummy Bee.
Just gives you honey. So
Gummy Bee is really good because if you have no gumdrops and you want to do quests that needs like gums and fields, then Gummy Bee is the way to go.
I agree with this completely.
So I guess I'd put it in a high A.
I would agree with that one. Let's go back over here. Go back to Mountaintop real quick. Alright, back to the tier list. Next we have Haste Bee. You're gonna get this bee a lot when you're starting off. Gives you a good move speed, but other than that, he is pretty useless. So I would give it a nice E tier.
I'd give it higher than basic in F tier. High F.
It's pretty useless. I mean, haste is good, guys, but a lot of these bees at ahead of time give you haste like automatically.
My opinion, player movement speed is useless.
I would also agree. I mean, yeah, you need it when you have boots like this, but when you're first starting off, you're not really gonna need that boost unless you're going in the cave, like that werewolf cave, and trying to get that, whatever it's in there. I think that's shiny royal jelly. I'm not sure. Other than that, he's pretty useless. Next one is gonna be the Honey Bee. Jesus, my bad. Which Honeybee is it? It's gonna be epic. Yep. Honeybee is pretty good when you have, if you're just trying to collect honey. Other than that, he is a pretty okay bee if you just have a little bit of him. I would say he's a good C tier bee in my opinion.
I'd say he's like middle C.
Next one is gonna be the Lion Bee. Now this bee is known for being the best legendary bee. Obviously, as you guys can see, I do not have him. I don't think I do. Actually, I do have one of them. This bee has a 200% energy, 40% move speed, 50% convert speed, 80 plus 80 convert amount, and a lot of attack. And he has a nice gifted bonus, which is 2 colors bee attack, which is pretty OP. And he has Buzz Bomb with his stats, but other than this, he is a pretty good B, so I would give him a nice A tier, S tier, in my opinion.
I'd give him low A. Lowest A. Because I think Carpenter is better. He gives a lot of pollen.
He is known for the best legendary B, but as you can just see, Pro Xander has spoken his words. We have to agree with him. So anyway, guys, next one is going to be a Looker B. In my opinion, Looker B is not that good.
Yep.
Next one is going to be Music B. Music B is okay. He is like a baby bee, but you know, better. Pretty much.
It's good for
Yep. Fuck, I can't say words. I have to cut that out. He gives us tokens, focus, and melody.
It's good for attacking. His melody attack gives 100% critical power for 30 seconds.
Yes, as you guys
which
can
is
see,
very good.
The Pro Xander has spoken, so he is going to be right. So I would give this B a nice B tier.
I'd give it higher than Demon in B tier. Yep.
He is a high B. Next one is going to be the Ninja B.
Ninja.
What is this guy do?
This is a pretty useless legendary in my opinion.
It's a legendary B?
Yeah, it's pretty trash.
I thought it was just a like uncommon. Looks uncommon to me. This is like probably the weakest design for one of the legendary Bs. Like,
that's pretty trash.
Ace Blue Bomb, yeah, it's not that good. I would say he's a C tier B.
Yeah, I'd say no lower than Diamond.
Anyway, let's see what else we have here. We have next is the Phantom B. In my opinion, guys, this B is pretty good. I'm not sure we're gonna put this one, but
let's see.
Phantom B is the one that does this shining, smiting.
All pollen.
B-Storm is great, guys. B-Storm is pretty OP. In my opinion, it gives you like the most pollen out of everything, and he has good energy, good speed, and he has a okay attack. He has haste, and he has all this on top of it. So
I'd say it's in the
AS tier.
Say in the middle of A.
Next one is gonna be Puppy B. Puppy B is one of the worser legendary, not legendaries, event Bs. I would say he's better than Festive B in my opinion, so I would say like a nice low B.
Yeah, I guess. Rad B.
Rad B, it's pretty useless. It's a common,
yeah.
So I would say D, E.
Yeah, I'd say E.
Next one is gonna be the Rage B. Having a lot of range Bs is okay, but I mean, if you're looking for an attack hive, then you want to have a lot of these rage Bs, especially like gifted rage Bs. And that he is pretty okay for collecting honey. So I would say he's a nice, C tier, D tier B.
Yeah, I'd say C.
I would say he is better
somewhere there. Yeah.
Okay, next one is gonna be this B. I say this B is pretty useless.
Yep.
Next one is gonna be this B. I would say it's the same thing as this one. So
yeah.
That. Next one is the Shocked B. I'm not sure what this guy does actually.
Shocked B. I'd say it's no, it's the same thing. I'd say lower than or above Commander, which is in C, the yellow hat one.
Hold on, I am fighting something. Okay. Let's see. Which one is Commander? Oh yeah, it's this one. Yeah, pretty okay stats. Next one is gonna be the Shy B. This one is pretty good, even with its. It has red boost, red bomb, and a passive. And Sifting Nectar is pretty good for honey. And other than that, he has a pretty good speed, energy, a pretty okay attack. So I would give him a nice B tier.
Yeah, I'd give him B. Yeah, right there, in my opinion.
Next one has to be this B. This B is pretty useless.
Yeah.
Puppy.
And then Tabby B.
Tabby B is a great if you have him leveled up. Other than that, he is pretty A, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Next one is going to be Stinger B.
Vicious B.
Vicious B.
This is a great B.
Great B. Very good for attacking. Very good for collecting. Great move speed. Nice and pale. Blue bomb. Stuff like that. So this B is great for like ants. For the ant over there. If you have like.
And I'd say this would be the first S.
Yeah.
Windy B.
Windy B I do not have, so I would.
I actually don't even have this one too.
Windy B is pretty rare to get, guys. It's pretty much a grind to get, but this B is pretty good. I've heard Tornado is good, Rain Cloud is good, White Boost is good. Its stats is great. Its gifted stats is great as well. So I would say this B is like its counterpart to.
Yeah, I guess it's I'd put it there. All right, what is that Vector B?
Is this the mythic?
Oh,
Jesus Christ!
This is basically the higher up of Carpenter.
Vector B is pretty good, guys. Polymark. I don't have this B, so I have no idea what it does. But as you can see, it has this paragraph right here. It has a pretty good. It's pretty good stats. So I would say this B is.
I'd put that at an S.
Yeah, I would say this is an S tier paragraph right here.
Paragraph.
Yep. The next one is gonna be the Spicy B.
Spicy B.
This B also has a lot of stuff as Rage, Inferno, Flame Fuel. That's interesting, and Steam Engine as passive. Move speed and gather speed. That's pretty good, and it has nice attack and a nice flame duration for its gifted. So I would say this is better than the. They even B. I would say it's
S.
A. I think it's an S.
I'd say it's the highest A in my opinion. And then Tadpole B.
Tadpole B is great, guys. I can see by this
S.
paragraphs here. Its speed and attack is pretty low, guys. Its collection is also pretty low.
It's great for getting leaderboard.
Yes, it is very good for leaderboard. It's like if you have a gifted Bumblebee, like I was talking about earlier, and this B gifted, you're just gonna go crazy.
Especially with that one tool in the blue HQ.
So I would say this B is a pretty good S tier.
Yep. Fuzzy B. That's the gifted Fuzzy B.
We're just gonna do basic Fuzzy B. Fuzzy B gifted is pretty good, but other than that, basic
really
Fuzzy good is actually.
I'd say it's lower than Spicy.
Yeah, I would say that's lower than Spicy.
All right, guys, that's it.
That's the official tier list, guys. It's accurate.
Yep,
100%.
official. Bum. 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 Okay,